Okay, so working on some of the thrusts with sword and buckler. So again, we're going to transition this, and we're taking this from the sort of Kali point of view and making the buckler work on this. This isn't necessarily the historical European martial arts approach to it. This is just me adapting the Kali over to the structure. So if we look at the basic way that we teach thrusting in Pikiti, right? So we typically see our upward three, 1, 2, 3, and back, right? 1, 2, 3, and back. In Kali, typically we don't thrust at long distance. There are a couple long distance thrusts in here that we can do, but it's usually not a long distance event. Usually if you look at our sort of standard ideas, crash behind slashes because they're protective, and then thrust. That kind of goes out the window with buckler. With buckler, this is totally protective at long range, so you don't have to crash behind protection. You have this for your protection, and now I can enter and simultaneously defend with one, attack with the other, and that gives you simultaneous offense and defense. And thrusts are one of the best things to do at range. They're harder to stop, they move around in good angles to move around another buckler or a shield, so it's a really important skill to have. Again, if you look at our basic set, 1, 2, 3, and back. With a buckler, 1, now done more at long distance, transition, 2, transition, 3, and back. 1, 2, 3. I'm just adding some footwork in here to hit some angles. And if you look at our transitions, right, so thrust here, maybe I missed on the thrust, or maybe I hit, doesn't matter. And then I'm cutting something on the way out. 2, cutting something on the way out. 3, cutting something on the way out. Okay, as you move through that. You can make this a continuous series by going 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? So again, it doesn't have to be fixed at 3. As long as I come around to the backside here and thrust, I can always repeat to a low line thrust or a high line thrust as necessary. So basic thrusting lines, the upward 3 thrusting lines done with sword and buckler.